Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. Let's talk today about the meaning of life. What is the purpose of life? That oftentimes we can get kind of lost in, buried in the muck and mire of how people have told us life is supposed to be. That we feel that, or we're taught that the 3D path is going to eventually make us happy. And unfortunately, our education system sort of educates the life out of us, that by the time that we're 18, we've learned to conform, we've learned to stand in a line and follow our peers, we've learned to not speak up too much, we've learned to memorize and repeat and regurgitate information, but we're not taught to think critically. We're not taught to think for ourselves. We're not taught to understand who we are. And as you can tell with many middle schoolers or teenagers, it starts to eat away at you very early on. And then you feel like, well, I'm out of high school. Now my life is my own. Now I can be happy. But maybe I still go to college, or maybe I just go straight into the workforce. And then you quickly realize, even if you got the college degree and you're in the workforce and you're in that 9 to 5, 5 days a week, or maybe even a more challenging, physically draining job, or maybe even having to work nights, all of those end up sucking the life out of you unless you are one of the lucky few who happen to step into something they love. And then we're supposed to do that for the next 30 to 50 years of our life, depending on when you get to that point. But when you retire, then you'll be happy. Then you'll have all sorts of money, except you won't have the energy, and you'll be on a tight budget. And most of your good years, your prime, have passed already. And that is, if you're lucky, if you escaped all of those initial 50, 60 years without disease, because you are at dis-ease. So what is the purpose of life? If that's not going to work, what's the purpose of life? And I often will make the clarifying statement that I don't say things unless I can quantify them. So this is one of those that I am going to add the disclaimer that it cannot be quantified, that we don't have scientific evidence to prove that the meaning of life is your purpose. The meaning of life is to create, to express, to enjoy, to self-actualize, to be the best that you can be. And that's why this channel starts every single video by saying, so that you can live your best life. And if you're anything like me, always being a seeker, always knowing there's something more here, there's supposed to be something bigger, something better. This isn't all there is. Then you will know when I say this, and it's the reason I'm willing to kind of go against what I traditionally do is, I'm looking for the scientific evidence. I want to build you a foundation that is so believable, it's undeniable, it's all these facts. But in this case, all I have is my life experience and a few examples of others as well. Most importantly, the truth that resonates in my body, the knowing at a core cellular level, especially as I am living it and experiencing it. As I eat, sleep, and breathe, I know joy and bliss come through your purpose. That seeking is finally quenched through your purpose. That feeling of there's got to be more is you finally, when you step into your purpose, you finally have that moment of like, this is it. This is everything that I was seeking. And so your purpose, in some form, will be of service. And as you step into the service, it's one thing to use your gifts if you like painting, but if you like painting and you find a way to heal people through your painting, there is nothing on earth that can touch that feeling. And there's something in your heart and your body and your soul that knows that that's available to you. And that is what you're seeking for. We are made to be healers. I was really shocked. If you know me, I have an upbringing in a religious home. My father was a minister. I like to say I'm a recovered minister's daughter. And so there was plenty of biblical references, a lot of guilt and shame, and that's a whole another story for another day. It certainly led to plenty of complex trauma, which I have spent years working on healing and finally found the solution to that. Again, a topic for another video, but just kind of sharing my story with you that, I went through the church, went through the religion, had a clear breaking point where I said, no more of that. And I went down more of a metaphysical path. And it was really fascinating to see how, I like to say, all paths lead home, because you finally discover that even in the spiritual world, in the metaphysical path, that spirit and source and creator and universe, all of those energies, they're God. And they all lead home. And so then it actually gave validity to the Bible, that just the same as the ancient Buddhist text and the ancient Jewish text and the Essenes and the Emerald Tablets and all of these things have wisdom in them. And so when I saw for the first time in my life, I saw in my 40s, that the Bible actually says that we are capable of doing what Jesus did and more. So what does that tell us? That we're made to be healers. And there's something to preface there where the healing it's not coming necessarily through us. We are assisting it. We are assisting the person in healing themselves. So there's a caveat there. But even if you look at all of the miracles that were performed in the Bible, it was the belief of the person, the woman who touched Jesus's hem. It was her belief. And he even said that, woman, you are healed because you believe. And so to know that we have a gift, we have a purpose, we were given this, we were made perfectly imperfect for a purpose. We were made with intention. We're here for a specific reason. And that when we step into that purpose, likely it is something that we are led to through our joy and through what makes us excited and what brings us passion. But we will end up using it to be of service and to be healing, to help others heal, to be a healer in a way, a healer's assistant. At the end of the day, what it means is we fully self-actualize. That is the point of life. What brings meaning to life is to fully self-actualize, to fully become all that you were made to be. And it's really interesting because you don't actually have to learn more things. We have to unlearn the things that get in our way. So at the end of the day, the whole point of life, the meaning of life, is to set yourself free. Free of all the limiting beliefs, free of the mental processes that hold you back and make you play small, free from the trauma that is housed in your body and in your mind that tell you you're not worthy, you're not enough, you don't deserve abundance, which is your birthright, which is a lie. That you're not good enough, you never get it right, you never complete things, you never finish things, you always fail. Whatever those beliefs are, that's the work. To master your mind allows you to master your gift, allows you to feel and know the true purpose and meaning to life. So, again, like I said, I only can say this because I've lived it. Having to undo all of that guilt and shame programming that I was given as a young child. Healing all of the stuff that I went through, all of the situations that I went through because I had these limiting beliefs. going down the 3D path, testing that out, making sure, no, that doesn't actually work. And then finally stepping into my purpose. That's where I can tell you it just keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. And I did a video just the other day about choose your hard, because I will say it was way harder to stay in that corporate job or to stay in that toxic relationship or to stay in those limiting beliefs. Oh, the toxicity of the horrible negative thought loops that I just went around and round and round in my head. That is way harder than it was to spend the year or 2, 3 max to untangle myself from the toxic relationship, from the toxic corporate environment, and to step into my purpose. And the gifts started showing themselves right away. As soon as I committed to leaving the corporate world and stepping into my purpose, there were little insights. It didn't look like a gift probably until 6 months in. But then I started to kind of understand how it was all going to go together. And it literally, the joy, the level of peace and happiness just keeps getting better and better and better. So choose your hard, because it's, I think, way harder to stay in that than it is to finally understand the true meaning to life and have fulfillment in your life. So I know I say a lot of these things all the time, so I'm going to keep this one short. I don't want to repeat myself, but there certainly are very recent videos that will continue to articulate why I know this to be true. So definitely check out the last couple videos. But if you need any assistance, if you are finally ready, if you are finally done, if you are finally at a point where you've said, I've had enough with this unworthiness wound, I've had enough with the 3D world, I want my purpose, I want the fulfillment, I want to self-actualize, I want my best life. If you're truly ready, I would love to support you in that. I do offer a course and coaching program. I use a modality called brain spotting, where we use the eyes and the optic nerve to access the limbic brain, which is where your trauma is housed. We also work with the body and do some energy healing. We'll get this trauma up and out of you so that you can rediscover who you were meant to be, because who you are likely is partially just a trauma response. We rediscover who you were meant to be, identify your life purpose, and I'll also teach you how to make money doing it. This is the key. I will not only help you heal your trauma and help you rediscover your purpose, but also make a living with it. So if you're interested, check that out. Links below. I do offer free 30-minute sessions for anybody who's just looking to kick off this process, understand more about it. I will do a little brain spotting with you. You can understand how this works. You can feel it. It's palpable. Trust me. And in 30 minutes or less, I can help you identify the root cause of your limiting beliefs and blocks and help you get started on your way. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on the next video. Please do like, subscribe, and share. A simple little emoji comment is extremely appreciated. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, just click this button here to subscribe. Make sure you're clicking the bell notification so you get notified of the next video. Otherwise, there's a video here if you'd like to continue the conversation today, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Namaste, my friends.